Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Let's get into today's topic. I just want to go over postmodernism. It's a philosophy that I've been studying for a little bit now, and it's important for people to understand what it is, because when you look at the landscape, the political landscape, the issues that we're having now in society with polarization, particularly with the left, with progressives. We have to understand postmodernism if you want to understand modern progressivism. So I have a list of things that I wrote down when I was studying this topic, of ideas that they kind of define what the postmodernist is and who that person is, what they believe. The postmodernist believes that Western civilization, that our society, is a self-serving patriarchy. And these people are extreme utopians. And they believe that what we have going on now sucks. Which is baffling to me, because I've traveled the world. It's easy to get lost in how much stuff sucks when all you do is look at your neighborhood. But go travel the world. Go to a third world country. Go to Africa, go to South America, go to the developing world. I've been there. And it's interesting because when you come home after that trip, you will have a newfound appreciation for what we have built here in Western civilization. Another thing that the postmodernist is defined by is they have no gratitude. So this kind of goes with the first one. They have no capacity for being grateful. What would you be grateful for? You could be grateful for what our forefathers have done before us, what tradition has done for Western civilization. We have deep cultural traditions in Western civilization, and there's a history that we have collectively, but also that you have individually. And I think it's important to have gratitude for your great-grandfather and what they did, because you wouldn't be here. To have gratitude for those big Gothic-looking churches. Be grateful for the architecture, for everything that we've created. We can build upon it. It doesn't need to be torn down. You see, the postmodernist is driven by resentment, by bitterness. This is what drives their desperation for utopia. The resentful, bitter, angry person is dying to just tear it all down, smash it all down. Somebody who's grateful can build upon what was done before us, fix the cracks, fix the problems. The postmodern person wants to just tear it down, create a utopia. The postmodernist doesn't believe in individualism. They don't believe that individualism matters. They think that individualism is wrong, is ugly. That's the problem with society, is individualism, not conformity. They're extreme group thinkers, which leads to a victimization. They see the world as victims, but they truly don't believe in the concept of individualism, and that's an important point to make with the postmodernists, because I believe individualism is important. The postmodernist doesn't follow logic. They don't believe in logic as truth. A lot of us follow logic. In Western civilization, our whole speech pattern follows logic. The way we write has to be logical, or else your paper will get an F. The way you talk has to be logical, or people just sit there and are just like, huh? What are you saying? There has to be logic. Our theories are based on logic. If A is true, then B, then C, But the postmodernist believes that logic is just a simple theory. It's just a theory. It's not truth. Truth is relative. They're moral relativists, cultural relativists. They just think everything is relative. Oh, murder is wrong. Well, that's relative. The postmodernist doesn't believe in freedom of speech, and they take it further. They don't believe in dialogue with the opposition. So this is why you see college campuses with intellectual students, people at Yale of all places. I'm not a big fan of Yale. I don't live there or go to school there, but you have these ideas of Yale and Harvard and these types of schools in the way that the people should be. They're educated, they're spending the most money. These are the future leaders. Most presidents and leaders have gone to Yale. They don't believe in dialogue. They sit there and protest. Speakers that come to their campus and give these talks, you don't have to go. You don't have to show up. That's the weird thing, is you don't have to go. You can boycott it. Instead, they show up and they try to scream over the person. The postmodernist has a group fostered identity. They view everything as victim versus oppressor. They want to divide everybody into little groups. Every single person belongs in a group, and this goes once again against the idea of individualism. You don't stand alone. You're not an individual. You're not who you are. You're who we say you are. You can go over there with that group. Get in where you fit in. That's postmodernism. They're Marxists, socialists, they're communists. They truly believe that the world is a battleground of identity groups. So we've talked about that, how they feel like that everybody should belong in a group, but it's not just enough for you to belong in a group. They're not just happy once everybody belongs in a group. They can go into a room of 100 people and segment all of them off into little groups, like someone with OCD. But they're not happy with that. They truly believe that the world is a battleground of identity groups. So they want all of you to fight. And they will manipulate everyone to fight, tell you you could be happily coexisting alongside of another group that you've been forced into. Okay, you forced me into a group, get in where I fit in. We're all fitting in, we're getting along fine. No, they want the conflict between groups. This is how they see the world. It's so funny because then they go write songs like John Lennon, this imagine a world, this utopian fantasy of a song, of how we all come together and join hands and sing Kumbaya. But they want you to fight. Watch out for postmodernism when it comes up. When you see some of these things come up, notice this person is a postmodernist. Postmodernism is what's wrong. That's where cancel culture comes from. That's where identity politics comes from. All these debates about homosexuality and transgenderism and inclusivity and all this stuff, everything that's going on with this culture war, this is postmodernism. It's food for thought. Thanks for watching.